Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cinegeeks Sit and Talk. I'm Roy,
And Angela.
and for this episode, we will be talking in much more detail, non-spoilery fashion, yung isa sa mga pinaka-inaabangan ng mga movies this year, especially this Valentine season, and that's Wuthering Heights, starring
Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi.
Yes, directed and written by Emerald Fennell.
Screenplay written by
Pero it's based on the classic novel from the 1800s by Emily Bronte. Yan, Emily Bronte.
loosely based.
Yes, kasi
Hence
nga,
the quotation
may
mark.
quotation mark siya.
Ah,
So according kay IMDb, ang sabi niya dito, ayan. So Wuthering Heights is about a passionate and tumultuous love story set against the backdrop of the Yorkshire moors, exploring the intense and destructive relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw.
yeah.
Okay.
So super classic na to. Parang
Mm.
kahilera na siya ng mga Shakespeare
Mhm.
actually.
So, quick lang, parang masabi lang natin, isa ito sa mga pinakaabangan talagang mga movies kasi this is very popular with BookTok.
Oo. Mga book fans as
Yes.
in.
Nung pinanood natin siya nung Feb 9, doon tayo sa screening or sa advanced screening alongside BookTok. And
And not to mention, meron na rin ginawang mga miniseries na Wuthering
movies.
Heights and
Oo.
movies.
Actually, credit dun sa shinare to kanina ng good friend of the podcast, Mr. Vinny Misa. Maybe shinare siya kanina ng image sa Facebook na apparently, isa sa mga adaptation ng Wuthering Heights starred Tom Hardy and his now partner, Charlotte Riley.
Doon sila nagkakilala.
Oo.
Sila si Heathcliff at saka si Catherine.
Oo. So, I will check on the veracity of that statement after we record this. Pero,
Yeah, we trust Vinny naman.
oo, pag malito, Vinny, ikaw may kasalanan kung bakit nag-misinform kami ng tao. Pero anyway, when we watched this during the advanced screening that we were invited to, talagang all the book fans were talagang eating it up. Talaga.
Yeah, they had very interesting reactions.
Yes.
If I do say so.
Pero tayo,
Iba-iba oo.
pero tayo kasi, we looked at it as a movie.
As a movie. And also, hindi rin kasi namin binasa yung book. So, wala kaming basis or wala kaming context kung how accurate it was or
Yes.
how loyal it was to the source material.
Yes, exactly. So, before, alam ko na book fans, before you come at us with your pitchforks and your torches and any other sharp object na mahahablot niyo within your arm's length, ibaba niyo muna kasi we are going to be looking at this from the perspective of moviegoers. Okay?
Purely from a movie perspective lang talaga.
So, sige na. Alam kong magta-touch up pa tayo kasi alam ko may mga binabasa ka about this online. Ange, what did you think of Wuthering Heights? Full spoilers.
Ako, I really love the performances. I think it really carried the movie. I know na there were some issues with the casting kasi parang ano na naman to yung Snape situation.
Yung sa Snape, yung Harry Potter sa HBO.
It was explicitly mentioned in the book na ambiguous yung race ni Heathcliff, pero definitely not white. So para siyang may pagka Romani yata, parang ganon, gypsy ang description sa kanya or parang somebody from the Indian from the Indies ganyan. So pwedeng Indian basta dapat supposedly daw dark-skinned si Heathcliff talaga. Pero with that out of the way kasi nga we're not talking about the book, we're just talking about the movie. For me, perfect casting si Jacob Elordi.
Actually,
as Heathcliff. As in, he really gave the character justice naman.
Nakita na natin kung ano yung kaya ni Jacob Elordi in other films like Frankenstein and of course Saltburn. I mean, hilaw pa siya ng konti sa Saltburn pero kita mo na yung kita mo na yung foundation ng kung ano yung pwedeng maging parang path niya as a thespian from that point, and I'm so glad na he has improved leaps and bounds. There are sequences in this film na talagang he vacillates very quickly from sympathetic to monstrous in seconds.
Actually, kung napanood mo naman siya sa Euphoria, ganun talaga siya. Sorry kung may makita kayong itim kung may makita kayong itim kasi
Hi.
hello.
Kain. BLK 513. Baka
BLK
naman.
enjoyers. Shout out.
Tago, sorry.
Ayun. So, as I was saying, if you've watched Jacob Elordi naman in Euphoria, you would know na talaga, you would come to expect na parang he has this parang maniacal side to him na meron siyang parang tenderness and also parang meron siyang brewing na parang monster inside. It's like don't poke the bear
Kaya,
kind of
siya,
energy.
Talagang perfectly cast siya ni Guillermo del Toro sa Frankenstein. As Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
Oo. Important delineation yun. Ang Frankenstein doon, si Oscar Isaac, si Dr. Frankenstein.
Yes.
Siya si Frankenstein's monster. Yun.
Ang tagal na ng correction yan.
Pero, I mean, it's a correction that will outlive us all. Hanggang sa mga apo natin.
In fairness, parang 2 in a row nag-gothic yung tema ng movie ni Jacob Elordi.
True. Kay Margot Robbie naman, Margot Robbie is a sure hand in terms of acting na ever since pinili niyang hindi masyado ng Harley Quinn.
Yung blockbuster actress.
Kasi yun yung danger kasi ng mga ginagawa niyang choices noong early 2010s na parang puro typecast. And for a time nga, parang wala ka na maisip kundi puro Harley Quinn sa kanya. Pero simula nung I-Tonya siya, yun talagang okay. We know what we expect from her and she delivers in spades pa din. So, we move on to the part of this episode where we now talk about the things na parang medyo what the F? In terms of parang, bakit ganun? Ito yung pinakamalaki sa akin. Sige, since full spoilers tayo dito. If you've seen the film, and just speaking based on the film.
The film itself, yeah.
Yung ending netong scene shows na may part kasi dun sa movie towards the beginning na pagalitan ni Mr. Earnshaw si Heathcliff. Physically.
Ngayon, explanation ako dyan actually. Kasi alam ko na yung differences nung book tsaka nung movie.
Yun. Okay, sige. So, ang sinasabi ko dito part is yung apparently, pinutol yung conversation early on, doon sa nung early part of the film. Sa dulo, ni-reveal na may extension pa pala yun. And sinabi ni Heathcliff kay Kathy na he loves her forever and forever
until the day I die.
Until the day I die and forever after that. Yun. Which, pinakita na nadinig ni Kathy. Ni young Kathy.
So, yung parang question ko actually na parang ang basic na parang knowledge nung dalawang characters na pinafollow natin the entire movie is that they didn't know that they loved each other. Kaya they made their choices.
Exactly.
Along the way. Pero, ayun nga parang biglang dun sa scene na yon na nasa dulo pa nga, parang nagkaroon tuloy ng plot hole na, they knew naman pala all along. Kahit nung bata pa sila, they knew that they loved each other. So, bakit parang may gulatan?
Oo.
Doon ako nagulat Pati ako nagulat.
Kasi parang, pagdating sa dulo, parang, sige na, pinagbibigyan ko na parang, instead of challenging the norm of what a drama about unrequited love could be, kasi talagang sobrang ibang klase na yung pinupuntahan ng kwento sa gitna Talagang grabe na yung ruthlessness and yung obsessiveness na talagang out and out war na yung nangyayari. In the backdrop of eroticism. Yun, sobrang sobrang enjoyable, sobrang shocking panoorin kasi parang you see these two characters talagang just going to town on each other, pero deep inside they have vengeance. An obsession in their heart. They hate each other. They cruel
towards each other.
Oo. So parang akala ko na parang siyang it's going to talagang go all the way there.
It goes all the way in the book.
In the book.
Kasi mas mas intense talaga yung parang love thing nila kasi they never really actually got together. Pero dito kasi there was an affair. Maraming differences actually. If you read the book, pwede mong i-comment dyan sa baba kung ano yung mga napansin mong binago nila from the book to the movie.
True.
Pero ang dami kasing parang inconsistencies dun sa characters and their choices because of the changes.
Yun.
Katulad halimbawa dun sa tatay. The one moment, love na love niya si Heathcliff. And then, another, parang maya-maya biglang sinasaktan niya na. Kasi,
pwedeng, may explanation doon pwede in real life, oo. Pero in terms of the story, it's weird.
It's inconsistent. Pero kasi, may explanation yan. Parang amalgamation kasi si, Father Earnshaw, yung tatay ni Cassie. Dalawang characters
Tsaka
na
yung,
pinakombine.
yung tatay tsaka yung kapatid.
Oo.
Buhay dapat yung kapatid. Na sinabi dito sa movie, patay na daw.
Oo.
Yung si
Hindley.
Hindley sa libro. Pero Heathcliff siya sa movie.
Oo.
Na yung dead brother ni Cassie.
Oo.
So parang, alam mo yung parang even din nga Parang, I thought that the movie would challenge that notion na parang, okay, Cassie named this person after her brother.
After her dead brother.
After her dead brother. And then she calls him her pet. And then proceeds to treat him like this. So parang that's ripe for all sorts of dramatic conflict. Na parang, first of all being parang, why is Kathy not treating her Heathcliff like a human being?
Oh, yun nga Parang
where's that?
love? Oo. Kung parang tinitreat naman siya parang not as a human, as a servant talaga.
Pero eventually parang yun na.
Parang it's infatuation lang kasi talaga They're not really in love. They think they're in love.
Sa libro.
Oo.
Pero dito sa sine kasi, pinakita talaga na they are. Talagang absolutely madly in love with each other. Pero andun din yung hinalo nila na talagang okay, there's also these feelings of talagang yun na nga, yung resentment.
Tsaka yung possessiveness.
Possessiveness, yun.
Parang ganyan lang you're mine. Parang dinibs na kita So parang bata pa lang ako, sabi ko akin ka So nobody else can have you. Parang gano'n.
Pero in the end, parang nakakalungkot makita kasi we know Emerald Fennell to create stories that are talagang intellectually and social norm challenging.
Very provocative.
Very provocative. Talagang parang pagkatapos sumunod na sine ni Emerald, I mean, it's only 2. Pero from those 2, Promising Young Woman at saka yung Saltburn, pagkatapos parang, what did I just watch? In the best way possible.
Doon sa mga previous
Sa mga dalawa yun. Pero
ito parang sobrang niyang underwhelming.
I've
is the word.
seen this before. Kasi, lalo nung sa dulo na bigla na lang parang naging inlababo na lang si Heathcliff sa kanya.
Parang naging
niya,
na lang. Parang Mexican novela na yung naging kwento. Parang gano'n.
And it's funny kasi nga, pinag-usapan din natin to kasi may nag-comment doon sa sa TikTok nung natin, nung walk and talk natin na parang may feeling nila na gagawa na daw ng adaptation nito. Hindi ko lang babanggitin ko sino, huwag na. Mag-trending pa tayo. Pero, yun na, ripe for adaptation daw to for TV.
Ng Pinoy,
Pinoy. Na ako naman, parang, since in-explain ni Angie yung joke sa akin.
Yung context. Kasi
yung context nun, hindi ko kasi gets na parang, ang daming Filipino telenovela.
Na ganito na yung kwento.
Wuthering Heights ang skeleton. Oo. Kahit nga Marimar it's Wuthering Heights.
Alam mo, nalulungkot lang din ako na masyadong na-villainize si Nelly.
Oo.
Kasi parang sa book, hindi naman siya lang yung narrator, siya yung nagkwento
siya kasi
yung tale nila.
Kumbaga, kasi pinag-usapan natin dun sa The Love Boat na review natin, na parang buti na lang, walang friend character that narrates the whole thing or becomes a Deus friend ex machina sa dulo. Dito sa Wuthering Heights, ito siya. Yun si Nelly.
Pero yun lang dapat yung role niya kasi sa book, di ba? Para siya yung wallflower She witnessed it all.
True.
So parang, she becomes this figure who tells the tragic tale. Kumbaga, siya yung playwright na nagkukwento ng tragedy of Romeo and Juliet, parang ganon.
Yun, nakakatawa pa kasi.
What happened in those two estates.
Alam mo yung kahit din doon, medyo parang hindi ko alam kung ano nangyari kay Emerald. Parang nawala yung kanyang
pangil.
And even yung kanyang propensity for talagang grade A nuance. Kasi parang nung ginikwento na ni Isabela, yung isang character doon, na parang, kasi ito yung si Romeo and Juliet, ganyan parang akong, Okay,
was too on the
way to
nose.
be on the nose movie.
Oo. Parang kumbaga, kulang na lang sabihin niyo na, Romeo and Juliet din 'tong kwento na 'to,
Parang nung sinabi bigla ni Isabela na, "Ay, kuya, ito yung Romeo and Juliet na kwento." Tapos biglang dapat may nagpa-flash sa sabi, "Ito talaga yung kwento ng Wuthering Heights,
Oo.
Romeo and Juliet talaga."
Sobrang walang ka-subtlety
Walang
yung foreshadowing na yun. Pero,
Oo.
yun nga, since this is a classic and marami naman ng nakakaalam ng kwento ng Wuthering Heights, I don't think parang hindi naman na siya foreshadowed, parang gano'n. Alam mo na talaga kung saan siya pupunta.
That's true.
Although, yun nga, parang napaka-unimaginative,
Yan.
uninspired, coming from Emerald Fennell. Kasi I would expect this from a lesser director or
Lesser writer,
writer.
yes.
Pero from her, na sobra niyang provocative, sobra niyang
Out of the box gumawa ng kwento, especially about tales dealing with feminism. Talagang sobra niyang agent provocateur talaga si Emerald.
This was
Ano
a
nangyari?
little underwhelming.
Totoo.
Oo.
Buti na lang, sige, huwag naman natin sabihin na binabash natin yung sine.
Oo.
Buti na lang, napakaganda ng visuals nitong sining to.
As in talaga, yung gothic, parang, ano bang yun? Parang Victorian ba yun?
Actually, nakakatawa nga kasi parang ang
Dark
daming
Ages?
niyang gustong i-emulate din na parang imagery. Minsan
Oo.
magiging ano siya, gothic. Tas may mga iba magiging parang Renaissance painting siya. Tapos meron siyang
Biglang
ibang
magiging
magiging
modern surrealist, di ba?
oo, na parang parang Picasso-esque yung mga framing nung painting, nung scene bigla.
Although creative dun sa part na yon, I also like the scoring kasi juxtaposed to that imagery.
Yes.
Ang ganda ng dating. Sobra niyang talagang mood setting siya.
Yes. By the way, yung composer ng sine is Anthony Willis, frequent collaborator ni Emerald. Sa Promising Young Woman tsaka Saltburn din
I
siya.
felt like, parang yes, you feel the gothic vibe. At the same time, it's also anachronistic.
Yun alam mo ito.
Napaka-modern din niya. Modern gothic.
Alam mo kung yung hinahanap ko sana? Kasi yung trailer pa lang ito, may mga imagery siya na parang, lalo na yung doll, yung doll house. Akala ko mag-fixate siya na gano'n na parang it's going to twist and bend. Nabulol tuloy ako. It's going to twist and bend the reality of these characters dahil nga sobrang nilang overcome by obsession, by hatred, by all these negative emotions. Na talagang they don't know what's real, they don't know what's not real anymore.
Or ako naman, ang na-take ko naman dun sa parang metaphor na yon is parang they just see each other as playthings.
Pero yun na nga sana, nag-lean in yung sine doon na talagang sobrang it makes the characters question their reality. Kasi nga, adaptation siya. Hindi naman siya straight na parang na talagang ginawang sine yung libro eh. Kaya nga, yung nilagyan ng quotation marks eh. And you can research on that. That's not us making that up. Kaya may quotation marks yung title ng Wuthering Heights. Kasi, express sinabi ni Emerald Fennell na this is not gonna be the story as you know it. Pero, bakit naman nila ginawa na parang imbis na in-expand niya or pinaganda niya yung scope ng kwento or ginawa niyang weird yung scope ng kwento, ginawa niyang sobrang basic.
Parang it was so simplified to the point na lahat ng mga complexities and nuance na nandun sa book, parang nawala siya. Parang nabawasan ng spice. Kumbaga, it became vanilla.
And replaced with all manners of gratuitous sex. Na parang,
hindi pa nga eh. Kasi, kung ako, ang ini-expect ko, mas
mas graphic pa.
Mas graphic pa kasi syempre from Saltburn. Although, I was surprised na this is R13.
Ayun, actually, nagulat din ako. Wow, R13 to.
Pero, di ba, with that, let's set that aside. Yun nga eh, Emerald Fennell, parang, I expected more from her.
Pero buti na nga lang, maganda yung cinematography ni Linus Sandgren.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a sure hand, La La Land, No Time to Die, First Man. You can expect great shots from him.
The scoring,
Anthony Willis, walang problema. Even actually, yung mga kanta ni Charlie XCX. Actually, I was actually gonna go into this thinking na parang magiging distracting yung mga kanta ni Charlie, pero hindi naman siya Ito, sige, sabihin ko, nakalimutan ko sabihin ko na sige, naalala ko. Ang gusto ko sana maging netong Wuthering Heights. kung ano yung ginagawa ng Bridgerton.
Yung
ganun ka irreverent and anachronistic.
Gano'n naman yung nano niya. Kasi as somebody who watched Bridgerton, nakuha niya naman. Okay. Although, by way of Yorgos Lanthimos. Kasi ang Bridgerton, very Shonda
So, naging siya. So, this is Emerald Fennell doing a Shonda Rhimes impression.
Pero, hindi. Kasi yung sa Shonda, mas marami pang twists and turns
buti pa doon, may twist pa.
Oo, ito kasi parang talagang sinimplify yung kwento
That's true.
Oo. And may mga kinombine na characters na parang nabawasan ng konti yung complexities and yung mga facets ng each character because of those changes.
It's true.
Kaya naintindihan ko naman yung mga book,
sige, ito na lang.
Book fans.
Ayoko na lang sabihin na para siyang, don't watch this, watch this.
Nagandahan ako actually kasi nga ang galing-galing ni Jacob Elordi. Sobrang galing niya.
Ang
talaga.
Ang mas interested ako madinig is, what do the book fans think? Sige, book fans of Saltburn, of Wuthering Heights, comment below what you thought about it. Kasi ako, as someone who just watched the movie, I feel this way. I feel a bit shortchanged. Na parang the movie was too safe for what it purported itself to be.
And from what we come to expect from Emerald.
So, book fans, book talk, please let us know what you thought about it. Yan. So, bigyan natin yung rating natin dito.
For me, it's a B.
Actually, sa akin, B-. Medyo na-disappoint talaga ako dun sa lack of complexity ng kwento. I was expecting more. Talaga. Abang average ng B at ng B. Sige, yan. B. Round up to B. Yan. So, as a Cinegig rating for Wuthering Heights, it's now in cinemas. So
please do watch it and let us know, especially sa mga book fans. We wanna know what you think.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure papanoorin pa rin naman nila yan.
True. Yes. And don't miss it. Actually, nakakatawa kasi may mga friends tayo na sinasabi nila na gagawin nilang parang companion watches ito at saka yung The Loved One. Actually, to be fair, maganda siya na parang Barbenheimer nyo yung dalawa. The Loved Heights.
Kung parehas nyo gustong masaktan.
Wuthering One. Yan. Pagsamahin nyo yan.
The Loved Heights.
The Loved Heights. Kaya pagkatapos nun yun, sobrang basag na basag ang
wasak na
wasak. Kahit hindi wasakan Wednesday. Ay nako. So yeah, I guess that's it for our sit and talk for Wuthering Heights. Again, please let us know what you thought of the film, and don't forget to follow us or subscribe for more of these sit and talk movie reviews from the Cinegig. So for this episode, I'm Roy
and Angela.
We'll see you in the next one.